But moving on to some more breaking updates that we're picking up. 2 army personnel were injured in a gunfight with terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri district that has entered into the second day now. In fact, the army personnel have now been hospitalized. Their condition is also said to be stable. The encounter broke out between security forces and terrorists on Monday evening is what we're learning, following a cordon and search operations in a forest area of the district as well. Now, a joint team of the Army and the Jammu and Kashmir Police have cordoned off the Bro and Soom forest belts in Kalakot area on the Monday itself, following the information about the suspicious movement that they had also been tracking. Now, in the latest, of course, that we're putting out, that 2 army personnel had been injured in this gunfight that had been transpiring with this terrorists there in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri district. In fact, my colleague Gursimran is on the ground getting us all the updates on this very big story. Let's take a look at this ground report that had been filed by Gursimran earlier.
The anti-terror operation in the area of Tatapani in Kalakot subdivision of Rajuri is still underway. The security forces have cordoned the 2 to 3 terrorists that have been traced by the drone that was launched by the security forces. This is in the upper reaches of the Tatapani in the Kalakot subdivision where the anti-terror operation was launched, and late evening the contact was established with the hiding terrorist in the area when the security forces approached the hideout where the terrorists were hiding. And now you will see the paramilitary forces, the CRPF, in the outer cordon from where we are reporting currently. It is the dead of the night, but still after a couple of minutes you will hear some of the gun shots. It is to ensure that the terrorists don't escape from the area. These are the speculative fires, and even some of the retaliatory firing has also been seen in a couple of minutes time. It is happening after every regular intervals, and that's why the security forces are on the alert. They have maintained the cordon so as to ensure that the terrorists don't get a chance to skip, because taking the advantage of the darkness of the night, the terrorists may try to sneak out from the area, and that is what the security forces the priority remains, that this is to block the terrorists at a single place so that with the first light the final assault can be carried out. If we speak of the operation so far, this is the one of the toughest operation, keeping in view the terrain, and also the special forces of the Indian Army have been inducted into the operations. With Gaurav Sani, Gursimran Singh for Republic Media Network. Security forces have intensified the operations as the Rajouri anti-terror operation has entered the second day. The special forces of the Indian Army have been inducted, and also the advancing teams of the Special Operations Group of the Jammu and Kashmir Police. You see how, braving all odds, these Jawans of the Special Operations Group are inching towards the encounter side where the possible hideout of the terrorist is believed to be. Tactically they are moving to ensure that there is no collateral damage. Important to mention that yesterday evening the encounter broke out late night, and then it was followed by the retaliation from both the sides. The security forces ensured that the terrorists do not break the cordon, taking the advantage of the dense darkness, and now they are advancing to the site of operation. This is one of the challenging operations as the forest area of Kalakot poses a serious threat to the security forces, but now they are heading towards that hillock, and this is one of the places where the operation has begun. We also, taking the cover of this wall, are showing you that how the teams of the Special Operations Group are advancing. The Jammu and Kashmir Police, the Indian Army and the CRPF are part of this operation, the joint operation that was launched on the credible information that was generated by the Jammu and Kashmir Police, and now the operation is underway. The security forces, they are ensuring that the terrorists are neutralized at an earliest, because these terrorists, we are told, are trained for the jungle warfare, and they have been active in the area for a while. Now the security forces don't want them to create a base, an operational base for the terror groups in this area, and that's why the intensified operations are underway. the security forces, they are also ensuring that any of their sympathizers don't come as a hurdle, and that's why we are showing you that this operation in the area that is very close to the operation site, here the security forces do not face any collateral damage, and the attempt of the adversary is foiled well within the time. And Sarjeevan is continuously showing you these visuals that the operation continues here in the Kalakot area of Rajouri. The encounter between the terrorists and the security forces in the upper reaches of the Rajouri sector has begun, and now the intensifying combing operation is underway. The exchange of fire has taken place, and now tactically the troops of the Special Operations Group of the Jammu and Kashmir Police is moving towards the upper reaches where the operation is underway. Important to mention that a group of 2 to 3 terrorists is said to be trapped in this very area where this operation is underway, and now the searches are on. The security forces are searching each and every nook and corner of the area, because this area, the upper reaches, the terrorists have tried to occupy. They are trying to create the situation where they can have the advantage of the heights, but Jammu and Kashmir Police along with the Indian Army, they carried out intensified search operations in the area. And I request Sarjeevan to keep showing you the visuals that in the dense forest there lies a probability of terrorists using them as a hideout, and that's why round the clock vigil is being kept. Not only the use of the groundmen, but also the aerial route is also being used. The drones are being used by the Indian Army and the Jammu and Kashmir Police in this operation, and tactically they are advancing to the area which is one of the dense area in the borough of the Kalakot where the operation is underway. And the main motto of the security forces remain to be is that to neutralize these terrorists without any collateral damage. We are seeing back-to-back counter-terror operation in the Rajouri sector of the Jammu. Reason being that the terrorists, those who have infiltrated from Pakistan, have occupied the heights and are trying to carry out multiple terror attacks that have been foiled by the security forces.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone